woman now facing charges in the hot car death of 3-year-old Katorius KJ Starks Jr. You're looking at the photo of Kela Stanford. She's facing a felony charge of leaving a child in a car.
Birmingham police arrested Stanford. She worked for an agency contracted through the Alabama Department of Human Resources. She is accused of leaving 3-year-old KJ Starks for hours in a hot car last week. We also expect to hear from Starks' family and their attorney within the hour. Let's go straight to your reporter, Bria Chapman, who's been all over this story for you. She'll be at that news conference. Bria.
Yes, Sarah. So like you mentioned, in just 30 minutes, we will hear from KJ's family as well as the family's attorney, getting their reaction about this morning's arrest of Kela Stanford, who police say is the woman who left KJ inside that car for over 5 hours. Now, shortly, I spoke to one of his foster relatives, Ernest Miller, who tells me he wants to say this is not enough when it comes to this arrest. That's how their family feels. Now, he says they returned from vacation, and less than a week later, KJ was gone. Now, the family says it's painful knowing that they have to say their final goodbyes tomorrow. And it's something Miller says is unfair. And again, he says it shouldn't have happened. In a call we told you all about earlier this week, KJ's father says he spoke to Kela Stanford. And in that recording, she tells him that instead of dropping KJ off at daycare, she went to get food before going home and leaving him inside that car. And that's something Miller says is unacceptable.
We are pleased that there's been some level of accountability regarding this, our baby's passing. But at the same time, we feel like it's not enough considering the circumstances surrounding his death. We feel like she had plenty of opportunities to correct the mistake she made. We know that nothing will bring him back, but we just feel like this is kind of fall short.
Yeah, Ernest Miller and the rest of the family are asking that you continue to keep them uplifted in prayer. But remember to stay with us. We will be bringing you that press conference shortly on air and on our WBRC News app. Your reporter live tonight in Bessemer, I'm Bria Chapman, WBRC 6 News on your side.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Super 2. Okay, baby, part 2 new review for this Saturday. And enough, y'all, man. I probably do a type of update behind the death of the 3-year-old child who had died in a hot car back last week. So, and okay, they got this female who's in custody for the young death. So, okay, that was Kela Stanford. So she's was arrested back yesterday. Somewhere in Birmingham area. So, okay, so the woman has been arrested in death of 3-year-old. That was Katorius Starks Jr. Kela Stanford, age 54, is charged with leaving a child in a vehicle. She was arrested yesterday. It's a charge which is part of the Amaya White Act, prohibits leaving child or try to, incapacitate person attending in a motor vehicle in a manner that creates in a unreasonable risk of injury or harm. So the Stars was under the care of the Alabama Department of Human Resources and being they transported by Stanford, who was a Covenant Service employee at the time of his death. It's just that the Covenant Service were contacted by the DHR to help with child transportation. So the Jefferson County coroner office confirmed that Starks was left inside the vehicle back around July 22nd on Pine Tree Drive, somewhere called Pine Tree Drive, somewhere I think in Birmingham, from possibly around 12:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. when he was found unresponsive and pronounced dead about 30 minutes later. And so arrest somewhere they had this arrest somewhere until they had the little the visual for the boy visual. I said about his family, man, but man, it's sad, man, but man, I felt this woman's is a child with after leaving this boy unattended to where I think the boy had died I think an hour ago. Until I just left this boy in a hot car for that. I suffered alone how the boy died, but I felt I read so watch news saying that this lady had went somewhere, to watch it until actually, so I think she went somewhere and how the child had left unattended and how the child died around 5:30 p.m. and but I don't understand this story, man. Why would this lady would leave this 3-year-old boy alone for anyway, man? But it's sad where like I don't know. I feel like I feel I think like if you leave a child in a car for probably 2 3 hours 4 hours means that things can happen to the child, means that the child can die, in the heat for real, and I say in the heat because like a child might lose the oxygen in the body, that might sweat a lot, and it may thing might happen to the child, but I feel like 3-year-old Katari Starks had died, in the car, and how the but I feel like the whole thing kind of went news to where this 3-year-old died in the car, unattended, man, by no type of guardian, but I wish she just things I couldn't have noticed why would she leave a child like that in a way, man? Things I cry don't understand. Why would you leave a child unattended, knowing that it's hot outside? Means that it's hot. Means that things can happen to things can happen to the child. Means that the child might sweat a lot, and how the whole thing can cause him to die early, man. But I feel like the had died too early, too soon. But I feel this lady might get charged with basically murder, or yeah, I believe that she might charge with murder, for leaving the child unattended like that, or either she might get charged with a type of charge that can have a child might be injured or cause a death to be involved to where the child might die of, I think, of heat stroke. A heat stroke involving hot, I think hot temperatures can be, involved in the car. How the car might be hot, and but I feel like the lady was part of the DHR company to where they have children, I think ride with them somewhere in the van, and but I feel like it's kind of like sad to where the boy had died and how I think the boy had just survived, and but I feel like it's kind of like sad on I guess on parts where this lady had left the child unattended for for that long, and how things had went bad for the for the child. Had child died in the car, and but I feel like parents should learn how to I don't know. I think ladies should do things kind of different. Yeah, I wish ladies should just let the kid I think trying to have the kid get the car and just put them in a safe place to be like cold, that's hot. But I feel like the lady had left the child in the car alone, and but it's sad to the boy had died like that, man. But man, sad to the family, man. So make sure like, comment, and try some peace. I'm out here. Take care. Peace.